So that was a video done by an adult fan, and it is on YouTube, and there are plenty other videos on YouTube done by our fans. This one has had more than 14 million views, and I've seen it a million times, and I still love it. I'm going to talk to you about how we engage with consumers and how we build raving fans at LEGO. But before that, obviously, I'm going to talk about myself. This is me in my previous career. I was a teacher. You can see I'm up there. I was teaching at Ølby Skole. I love traveling. This is my family, and this is my home, an old barn from 1687 in England. I've been 25 years with the LEGO company. I've done many different things. In that period, I've done licensing, theme parks, marketing, done Star Wars, for example, TV and film, software, and HR and corporate communication. So even though I've been there for 25 years, I've enjoyed every day. And I enjoy it even more so now. But before I go to that, I'll just give you some highlights of my career. This is from Brazil. These are two girls. They're in prison. They are young offenders in Brazil. And they are working on a LEGO project where they built their city out of LEGO bricks. And they use that exercise to talk about their lives, what's good, what's bad in their lives. And it's a project that they've worked on in many different schools. And seeing those kids in prison and seeing them actually being clearer about what they want to do and where they want to go by using bricks was quite amazing. And this is my son. He's modeling for a LEGO advertisement, so that was quite fun as well when he was younger. This is from a first LEGO League session. This is where kids are competing against each other in robotics. It's a global competition, and this is a girls' team, and they were winning, so that was a moment of joy. And do you know who this is? Yeah? Harry Levinstein. Oh, no. It's Harry Weinstein. Well, close. He's the head of, or he was the head of Miramax. And I did a film deal with him, and that was sort of the most fun part of my career when I was negotiating with him in New York. He's a tough cookie, I can tell you. So, and this, obviously LEGO were present at my wedding as well. So enough about me, but the reason why I wanted to show you that is because, as I said, I've been with the same company for 25 years. It's never been as exciting as now. And the reason why it's exciting is because our company is opening up. We're starting to work with the fans. We're starting to work with kids. We're opening the company up to the community, and I find that very inspirational and very exciting. And this guy from P&G, he actually said that 99.99% of the smartest people don't work in your company. And what can we take from that? It is smart not just to be reliant on employees. Why not engage your fan base? Why not build a community around what you do? So, at LEGO, we try to look at the LEGO consumer as a 5 to 9-year-old boy. Then this guy came along. He's called Richard James. And Richard James had put in a big order at LEGO for 10 Mindstorms sets. They're very expensive, so it was an order of approximately 10,000 Danish kroner. We couldn't deliver the sets, so he called our contact center and he said, I'd like to cancel my order. We have a very good professional contact center, so they said, thank you, that's okay. Then he got very angry, and then he contacted Kjell, the owner of LEGO, who's on that picture there. And he also rang Jørgen Vig, who's our CEO, and he said, how can that be? I'm one of your biggest customers, I'm canceling an order, and you couldn't care less. You don't even ask me why. We didn't know him before then, but now we all know Richard James. And he actually, because of that, it was sort of a defining moment in our company because we started thinking about more than the 5 to 9-year-old boy. We started to think differently on our consumers. So we now thought about teachers, creative people, how do they use LEGO bricks, families, mothers, even girls. So we sort of broadened our mind to who we were as a company and who we would be working with. We also started segmenting by affinity. So putting people into segments as to how much they loved LEGO. The bottom of the pyramid are the ones that have at some point bought Lego or bought Lego within the last 12 months. They were the consumers we normally worked with. But there's also a top of this pyramid, and they're far more connected to us. The connected community are the ones that buy Lego, and they also go to Legoland, for example. The one-to-one community are the ones we know the name of. We can have a true dialogue with them. And the one at the top, the lead users, are the one we co-create with. And I'll talk more about those, especially the top of the pyramid. Because the top of the pyramid, those are your really passionate consumers. They want something else from Lego. The lead users, they actually want to make decisions with you. They want to influence the company. They want to be heard. They want to have a voice. And the one-to-one community, they want to be in the know. They want to hear about new products before they hit the market. So you can't treat all of these fans of Lego the same way. You have to treat them according to what their needs are. I should also say about this pyramid that the main philosophy is actually we work on how we bring people onto the pyramid and how we bring them up. We bring them up by engaging them more, and the more we engage them, the happier they are about Lego, the more they want to engage with us in new kinds of ways. But let's talk a little bit about a brand community. What is that? A brand community is actually a group of people who want to share create a relationship based on their shared interest. So they group together based on that shared interest. And in our case, it's a shared interest of Lego. Some of them might be collectors. Some of them are heavily into building architectural structures. But the thing they all share is the brand Lego. And they want to get closer to us. The way we traditionally have communicated in the company is from the brand, having a big message, pushing it out to everyone. The same message, very slick one, but just pushing it out. With a community, that doesn't work. You have to engage, you have to be part of a dialogue, you have to listen, you have to inspire dialogue. So the new model for us looks like this. So where the brand is communicating out to the consumers and also listening back, understanding what they want from us, but much more importantly so, facilitating the dialogue between consumers. We shouldn't be the ones always out there, now do this, consumer, do this, and let's try this. It should be them building their own relationship with each other based on their interest. So we are building communities not just amongst adults, but also amongst kids. We have a club, we have a Lego club. It has 4.1 million members around the world. They have a TV channel on lego.com, especially for them. We also do events, special days in Legoland for them. So we try to make arrangements for them that make them feel special because they're part of this community. And I also mentioned FLL, which is the first Lego League competition. There are 20,000 kids working with science and robotics and competing against each other across countries around the globe every year. And I've been to the finale in Atlanta and seeing these kids tackling these technical problems via teamwork and collaboration, it's phenomenal. And how they communicate across culture barriers and language barriers is it's like a sport. It's very interesting to see. But as I said, we also have a community of adults. And they have a special name, AFOLs. Anybody know? Anybody here knows what an AFOL is? It's an adult fan of Lego, yes. And we have TFOLs, teenage fans of Legos. And we haven't come up with these names. They are their own names. And they are organized in lugs. So they meet in either virtual or real groups where they share their passion for Lego. And if they're really good, they build mocks. And a mock is my own creation. That's when they've created their own design. And then they're very keen on sharing those. The difference between a normal consumer and a fan is visualized here. So the regular consumer knows what you can see on the top picture, and the fan knows what's below there. And they often know much more than we do. So I've been with the company 25 years, and I'm always a little bit shaky every time I meet the fans because they ask these very, very detailed questions. So, like, when was this tree actually launched in which box, in which country? at what year, and I never know. But the beauty of that is that they know so much and they are so keen on your product that it's fantastic to engage with them. They share their passion for Lego everywhere. So if you Google Lego, there are more than 250 million or 240 million hits on Google. That's not marketing people in Lego sitting and writing articles. This is all done by, or most of it done by fans or people that are interested in Lego, putting their creations or their opinions out there. There are 30,000 videos on YouTube. You just saw the Star Wars Cantina, and many of them have up in the millions of viewers. If you haven't seen Circle, Circle, Dot, Dot, you should go see that. That's a rap video, and that's also very funny. And if you go to Flickr, there's more than 1 million photos on Flickr, again done by the community. Not organized by us, but just because they share their passion for the brand there. We have some programs that we have devised to engage with the community. And this guy up there is called Nathan. Nathan's a warrior, and he's a lawyer. He works in New York. He used to work as a lawyer. He doesn't do it anymore. He earns his living from actually doing models like that out of Lego. And we give him a license to do that, so he can use the Lego logo, and we also support his business. And I can tell you he's a very happy man. Sean is another adult fan, certified professional. He's standing there in front of a logo he's built for the Google office, and he gets orders like that. The photo shoot you can see is from Elle. Elle calls us up at Lego and they say, can we borrow a designer? We'd like to do this photo shoot and have a race car in there. And we say, we don't really have designers. They don't have time for that. But go to Sean. He can help you with that. So it's a beautiful collaboration we have with the fans. Adam is another one making a business out of Lego. He's an architect, also lives in America. They don't all live in America, but he does. And he came to us with the idea that we should launch an architectural series and sell it for adults. We would never have done that ourselves because from a commercial sense, that would never make as much money as a new Star Wars line. But because we do it with him and it's a niche business and it's fueling his passion, we're trying something new. It's a great way for us to experiment, and it's a great way for us to work with the community. And this is how he started. This is Adam in his kitchen, packing the boxes. Let's see if I can go back here. And as a true entrepreneur, it all started in the garage. You can see he has the garage as his storage room. So that's ways that we work with the community. We also collaborate with them, so we have ambassadors. So all these fan communities, they select an ambassador that they bring into the ambassador program. They meet with us twice a year in Billund, and they learn more about the company, and they get to select projects they'd like to be involved in. So if they are keen on digital products, we'll find a product where they can be engaged with us. Many of these people, the best they can do is actually get to work for Lego, but obviously we can't hire them all. But for them then to be involved in a project they're very keen to be that, because then they can influence the brand. As I said, that's very important to them. We had a project a couple of years ago that Peter, where are you, Peter? Peter is working on, and I have promised not to talk about, but it's very exciting. And when we started that project, we had 3 of these ambassadors working for us, or with us in the period, so they got to shape that project as well. Building the community, not only do they show their creativity online, they also, in our case, they establish shows around the world every year. And they actually, those shows have 2.6 million visitors. So again, this is not a marketing activity for us. This is people who really love Lego for what Lego is, and they are showing their love. And people go and they see it and they experience the passion for the brand. And that's the most authentic advertising we can get. We go there ourselves. You can see Kel is there in the middle of that fan group there. I once went with him to Zwolle. Zwolle has a big fan event where it's over a week in October, and 50,000 people go to see that event. And I walked the floor with Kel, and even though he doesn't look like a rock star, he was treated like one. They all want their pictures taken with him. They want to discuss the color of the latest model. They want to discuss what we are launching next year. They want to share their opinions. And for him to be an ambassador there is obviously a great asset, both for them and for us. We also, one year, took the whole LEGO leadership team, which are the 50 top people at LEGO, had our meeting there in Zwolle, invited the local fan group to come and join us and give a presentation to us about how they felt being part of the community and how we worked with them. So they did this flashy PowerPoint presentation, and it was all nicey. And once they'd done, our CEO, Jørgen Vig, said to them, all right then, tell us the truth. What are we not doing right? So then we forgot about PowerPoint. We just started talking to them, and they told us some things about quality not being all right, color differentiation that was bad, and things that were really, maybe they were afraid to say, but we needed to hear. And I think that's the future of companies, is to listen to the consumers also when they tell you the bad news, and not just listen to them, but actually do something about what they're saying. Not to be sort of appeasing them, but because they most often are right in what they say. So co-creation. We have a long tradition for co-creation. It started when we launched Mindstorm, which is the one you can see up there, the robot up in the corner there. When we launched it, it was immediately hacked into by the fan community. And we were at a crossroad, being a very IP-driven company, with lots of lawyers protecting the brand here, there, and everywhere. We were at a crossroad. Should we then sue them, sue our own fans, or should we work with them and allow them to do products that not to the same quality as ours, perhaps, but still products on our platform? And luckily, we chose the latter. So we did change the way we do business, and we chose to work with them. And ever since, we have been co-creating with fans. And the example here is the train set that we created with 10 train enthusiasts. There are a lot of train enthusiasts in the LEGO community. And so we invited them in, and we said, we want to do this set. Do you want to be part of it? 10 of them said yes. They developed 76 models. Amongst themselves, they chose the 30 models to go into the actual box. So it was their own quality standards that made it to the box. And as you can see, it was developed from March 2006 to March 2007. It was half a year shorter than we developed products. So they were very fast at doing that as well. And they were acknowledged on the box as well. Another example is, it's not always happy. It's not always a happy relationship. Now, we're lucky we're in the toy business, so when the relationships gets a little bit sour, it never gets really serious. But we took a decision. To us, it was a minor decision. We wanted to stop the 9-volt train. It had been in the market for some years. It wasn't that successful. We needed to refresh it, and we wanted to take it off the market. All these train enthusiasts around the world, and there are many of them, as I said, they started their website, they were wearing T-shirts, save the 9-volt train, they were writing to us, they were doing videos, they were doing everything they could to make us change this decision. But obviously, working with your fans is not only about pleasing them, and sometimes the commercial reality has to overrule what they're interested in. But we had to find a way of how do we then make this a happy solution anyway. So what we did is we invited some of them to join the LEGO designers in Billund to develop the new train. And we put them under an NDA, so they couldn't talk about it. But we committed to that they could send out to their network every 4 months or so an email updating them on the project. So in this way, they didn't get the product they wanted, but they came into the company. We knew actually by then that we could deliver a much better experience with the new version, but they weren't of that opinion. But then they worked with the designers, and they came up with this new train with a flexible track that had some features that we'd never had before. And by getting that communication over time on what was happening, they were actually happy because we listened to them. They influenced the company. And we also had to move, some of the ideas that we had in order to cater for the ideas they wanted into the product. So it can get ugly, but isn't a toy company never gets that ugly. So this is a new initiative, LEGO Cuuso. It started in Japan, and it's another way of collaborating. It's like a designer's website where designers can put up ideas for new Lego models. If they get 1,000 people to say, I'm interested in that model, I will buy it, we will produce it. So this is the first time we've produced a model that's designed via Cuuso, and it's a Japanese U-boat, and it actually is existing today. There's only 1,000 produced, so it's for the community, a very attractive item. That website has only been in Japanese until now, but it's actually coming in English, and it's in a beta version. That's the one you can see there, so it opens up to the whole community also in the rest of the world to use that. And we expect more and more Lego boxes will be developed this way, and less so in the mass-produced way. So we also, and I'm getting to the end now of my presentation, we also engage with a broader community through online platforms. We have a new one coming up that Peter is very secret about. And then we have this one that we can tell you about, which is the Facebook page, which we launched in April. And it today has around 1 million, a little bit above 1 million likes. And in this Facebook page, again, it's important for us that it's not a place where we push the latest marketing campaign out, or we launch the new product. This is actually a Facebook page where the fans are discussing what's important to them about Lego. We will put in some announcements out about things we find interesting, but it's not about us bombarding them. It's more stimulating and a dialogue amongst themselves. So, final slide. So building communities and engaging with communities is all about giving the fans a way to express their engagement with the brand and create that relationship with the brand and enhance their loyalty. So the ultimate sign of loyalty, as you might know from Harley Davidson, is the tattoo. I'm happy to say we have them as well. Thank you very much.